Hello everyone, this is my review for WWE Monday Night Raw on April 9th, 2012. And I'm going to pretty much just start from the beginning of the show here, and I'll go off and say I love the interaction between Brock Lesnar and John Cena at the beginning of the show. It looked, and if you did watch it, it felt real. It felt like they were really going at it, having everybody come out to separate them and having them continually go after each other there. I felt it worked out extremely well. It came off great. The interview that they did later that night with Brock Lesnar, you got that indication that he literally believed what he was saying. He believed in his mind, and he might even actually believe what he's saying in his own mind of what he said about about initially leaving the WWE, going into UFC, and then coming back to WWE. That was all well and done, as well as the ending after the main event with John Cena and David Otunga coming out and essentially attacking John Cena once again. All in all, for those aspects, I thought that was three great segments of the show right there. All of them really worked out well. Having John as well go off and say he's not afraid of no bloody lip or anything. He wanted to have a match later that night. It all worked out extremely well. The only real question that comes out of those segments is, to most people, is if they felt like it's too early for Brock Lesnar and John Cena to be having a match. My answer to that is it is too early to have a match between them at Extreme Rules if it's going to be their only match. If they're going to have a series of matches, it's by far not too soon to have this match. It's just the beginning of whatever feud that they're doing. So that's the two ways I take it right now. So yeah, it's too early if it's their only match. No, it's not too early if they're going to have a series of matches of maybe 3, maybe 4 matches later down the road that end up at SummerSlam or something like that. So in that aspect, that's how I feel about everything there. It's nice to see Brutus Clay in somewhat of a more meaningful feud going, or something more meaningful than just having squash matches now. He, of course, helped out Santino last week after the triple threat match with Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, and now that they had the tag match, the match itself was nothing all that great. It was kind of what it was. I think they're just trying to figure out what they're going to do with Brutus Clay going into maybe a feud with Dolph Ziggler or Jack Swagger at that point in time. And of course Santino's going to be involved as well. Maybe they'll just make him some kind of tag team at this point in time. Who knows where they're going to go? Let's see where they go with it. Once again here, something I didn't get into in last week's review, the Lord Tensai debut last week, and him essentially squashing Alex Riley. And it was pretty much the exact same thing this week. They had him come out there and squash Yoshitatsu this time. The one aspect that I truly do like about the Lord Tensai character is that they're kind of using a little bit of a real aspect to it. They talk about, he was a former WWE superstar at one point. He went over to Japan, became an international star, started dominating the competition over there, and that I like about the character. Obviously, they're going to have something more for him. He's kind of taking the Brutus Clay spot right now, where he's just going to be doing squash matches for the moment until his feud with whomever it's going to be is going to start up. It might be with CM Punk. It might be after Extreme Rules. Who knows where they're going to exactly go with him, but they're probably going to go with somewhere with him a lot faster than they did with Brutus Clay. So here's hoping on that. Now the aspect behind the Chris Jericho dealings with CM Punk now, it's just Punk comes out, does a promo before his match with Mark Henry. He gets extremely emotional about it, and Jericho gets on the Tron and gets Punk even more pissed off and continue to go on, just causing Punk to go essentially crazy on Mark Henry and get himself disqualified. I like that. I like the aspect of that they are using Mark Henry to kind of build this feud together. It's kind of like, or build this feud a little bit more, because it kind of puts Punk in that vulnerable position for what Jericho is going to do, and which this week it wasn't necessarily whiskey, but it was just a bunch of beer that he poured all over Punk's body again. I do wonder how much further they're going to go with this, and are they going to just continually have Jericho pour alcohol over Punk for the next few weeks, going into what will more than likely be some kind of Extreme Rules match, whether it be triple threat style with Mark Henry involved, or if it will just be Punk and Jericho again. But for what they've been doing right now, I've extremely been liking. It's been very entertaining. It's one of those areas that it touches on you emotionally, because you know how Punk is. He's straight edge. He doesn't want alcohol in his system. He doesn't want this. And you have Jericho just pouring alcohol all over him. It kind of touches a few nerves there in that aspect. It looks like at this point Zack Ryder is becoming maybe a jobber to the superstars now. He's kind of become this star himself, but he's kind of plateaued, and now he's just jobbing out to the bigger name superstars. You had him essentially job the Miz last week, him jobbing to Alberto Del Rio this week. I don't know if this is something that they're just trying to look for something for Zack Ryder to do, or if this is where he's going to be from now on. Fans are obviously still over with him and want to see him continue to grow and grow and grow. I still think there's a spot for him to maybe in some kind of mixed tag match form, where Eve gets herself a male partner and he gets a female partner, and they have some kind of match that way. And maybe further that feud a little bit for just a little bit longer there, because it seems as if there's still something there. But all in all, I felt like the show was extremely well done this week. I liked pretty much everything. There wasn't really too many down points to the show. Nothing overall great or anything outside of the Brock Lesnar John Cena storyline they've obviously started up. But overall, the show is extremely well done. And I would probably give this week's show maybe a 7.5 out of 10 if I were to give it a score. Extremely well done, not extremely great, but it did what it did, and it was a good way to get people over. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Monday Night Raw this week, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I thank you for watching.